Alright, the moment has arrived. Grim Dawn's largest free content update ever is here. Worth 1.1.5, blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, we know. We're gonna get some stuff, and that's cool. So, patch review 1.1.5, here we go. Updated epic items. With this update, changes to epic items, yeah. We knew that as well. So yeah, in this patch, epic items are gonna be better, rare fixes are gonna be better, common weapons... Wait, common weapons are actually also be better? Interesting. Wait, what? I don't really understand why they wanna like change that around, but I guess. Major new features. So Riggs at the Conclave for 3 is ready to collect on his debt. If you've taken him up on the offer, yeah, we know he's like gonna be the NPC to talk to like enter the dungeon. And part of the new roguelike dungeon, Tomb of the Heretic, has been discovered within the Corvan Lands. Getting inside, however, might not be that simple. The Tomb of the Heretic content update features 12 new bosses and mini-bosses, 4 new MIs, 8 new epic items, and a staggering 18 new legendary items, out of which I believe 8 are rings. Most of which are found within the new roguelike dungeon. Okay, sounds great. Camp of the Agdenborg now sells an invisible metal illusion at the Quartermaster. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, some metals really like fuck up the look a bit, so that's pretty nice. Loyalty has its dividends. Owners of the Loyalist item pack number 2 should stop by Lance of the Night to claim a ferocious new look. Armor and weapons of the Great Wolf. Champ. Shadow Realm, Death Waystone is being added. Yeah, so now you can start at a higher shard than 75 with the Deathly Waystone. But you will get no rewards as far as I know. Yeah, loot is disabled for this. This is just for people who just wanna like push deep and for the sake of pushing deep. Bosses now spawn more spread out rather than a single cluster. Wait, does this mean that aggro abuse is fixed in SR? In a way, I don't know, maybe it is. This is gonna be interesting. Reduce maximum number of essences on Shadow Realm stacks at shards. Higher shards up to 10. Oh yeah, so you can like get like a maximum of 10 average essences in the SR now, I guess. New foes from the Tomb of the Heretic roguelike dungeons can now also spawn the SR. Okay, makes sense. Shrine of all-around blessing now also gives you bonus retaliation damage. That's pretty neat, I guess. It's easier to aggro abuse. It kind of depends, right? Like, it might be easier to aggro abuse, but it also might be harder, like, depending on where they spawn. And if they all like spawn more spread out but at the same distance, then it's easier, right? But if they like spawn closer to you, say at the corners, then it's harder. We will have to see how this is in game. I mean, knowing them, it's probably easier to aggro abuse than before. Because like the speedrunner, like the playtester guys were probably pushing. I don't know, we will see. Storm Totem Pylon reduced resist reduction at tier 1. Reduced damage reduction at tier 1. Yeah, these two were actually like used in many of the recent Crucible runs by Crucible players. CC res from whatever. That's just Crucible in a way, right? Tech, blah blah blah. Yeah, like in-game cinematics were freezing. Like the first one was actually not working for me at all. Increased rare items drops in challenge areas like roguelike dungeons. Increased double rare item drops. I hope this is not for preserver items, but more for like MIs. I think that should be also improving the drop rate of Himalayas as well. Oh, Essence of the Shattered Realm was the stackable buff you get from picking up the souls. Oh, I see. Oh, this doesn't give... That didn't give... Wait. Oh, yeah, I see, okay. This stacked up to 12 before, right? It's 10 now, so we got less power than before. My bad, I didn't read that one properly. Yeah, it's Essence of the Shattered Realm, which are the stackable damage buffs for your character that you pick up while you're like walking through a specific chunk, right? Undead faction now has been renamed to Arcovian Undead for clarity. Yeah, that's pretty nice, because there were like many other undead in the world of Cairn as well, and they didn't give you any reputation or like any infamy if you killed them. Removed loot penalty on some Nemesis bosses in the campaign. Previously, some Nemesis bosses had reduced loot drop rates due to them being rather easy to find, such as... It's okay, so it's probably going to be worth it again to farm Fabius, right? Fabius, Iron Maiden, and Xantarin. Those three got nerfed as far as I know, so those three got their loot drops increased again, I guess. However, with changes to spawn locations on other nemesis, this difference is no longer as dramatic and the penalty is no longer necessary. Wait, does that mean that they reduced the spawn locations of other nemesis? Wait. Where does it say that? Reduce monster base % chaos resistance on elite and ultimate difficulties. Above 2 chaos builds across the board, right? That's pretty nice. Reduced % crowd control resistance from the unstoppable mutator. Yeah, that's just mutator set, okay. New NPC that the Conclave of the 3 now offers a breadcrumb quest to introduce you to difficulty merits. Oh, that's interesting. Because before you had like no idea how to get them, or like many people I know had like no idea they existed, and this was just like a random item in a shop, right? And people who didn't check that shop never knew that there are actually difficulty merits in the game. That's pretty nice for beginners, definitely. This update includes over 6,000 changes to items on the... Oh, what the? Are you gonna talk about every single change? Probably not, right? FX and rare FXs, due to the scope of the changes, most individual adjustments are not listed in this changelog. Okay, well. What is the changelog for then, if not like for listing every single change in the game? Like in the patch, what? But yeah, well. Increase weapon damage on all enemies to match legendary items of similar level. Does that mean they also buff Chill Strife? I hope not, because Chill Strife is fucking broken already. Someone on 4chan recently complained no one tells you about the merits. I mean, they didn't watch my stream then. Increased base weapon damage on all epic uniques to match legendary items of the similar level. Nice. You want Chill Strife buffed? What? Chill Strife is broken already, man. Reduce % attack and cast speed on weapon and ravaging affixes and epic weapons at lower levels only. Okay, I guess. True. Kinda true. I guess this is fine because they buff like other early game items anyway. Relic Annihilation, increased burn damage. Okay, here we got all the relics. No, only 2 actually. Annihilation. Wait, which one is that? No one used this ever, right? Let's check rentals here. Annihilation. Maybe I can like use different devotions now, right? Depending on how they buff devotions. Yeah, like even if they nerf like Chill Strife a little bit individually, Chill Strife's still gonna be really good. Annihilation is this one, and this is Meteor. Okay, the Meteor proc done. I guess that's fine. Like this one wasn't used that much. because you had correct deception or like Ignaffar's combustion for purifiers anyway. And what do you use this on? Attack speed, you're like a fire strike character, right? That's for fire strike characters, kinda. Maybe attack like casting speed casters. Dreeg's affliction, increased acid and wit damage, added 4% phys res and 22 DA, removed poison res. Dreeg's. What is it called? Affliction? Poison retail, total speed. Wait, what does it have now? Phys res and 22 DA. Remove the poison res. I mean, you don't need poison resistance on an occultist in a way, so this was useless. So let's strike straight above, and we got like Phys res and DA. That's pretty nice. But yeah, this is for... Wait, 15 projectiles, and each of them deal 22% retail. Wait, what? That's like 330% retail damage. What the? It's pretty good for acid retail. 360 degrees. Is it? I mean, I get, yeah, it might be, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna hit like, if you try to shotgun an enemy, it's like maybe 7 that hit him, right? Or maybe 6. It's still pretty nice though. Faction Cult of Dreeg added a new legendary blueprint at Revered for a 2-handed sword. Gotta check out all these in game soonish. Aether Bolt Pendant. Wait, I don't know a faction called Aether Bolt Pendant. What? Xantai, what the hell? No, it's like faction item, I guess. Oh, these are just... okay, I see how it's supposed to be understood now. Reduce lightning damage modifier for AR to 15 to 100. Okay, that's a nerf to lightning AR. Mammoth Rifle, increased percent pierce to 50, damage adjusted accordingly. Wait, that's just a green, right? Mammoth Rifle. That's a blue, okay. For like tacticians, I guess. Or paladins. That's a pierce thing, I'm not bad. Why does it have so much percent physical, and why didn't they increase dust value then? If it's supposed to be pierce. Mark of Burning Shadows, added 33% stun. Burning Shadow. That one. That's pretty nice. This is a pretty nice medal for RF bolts, like Fireburn RF and also Cocktail. Fireburn, however, is kind of a meme right now, but pretty nice for RF and Black Water Cocktail, right? No, Grimtool's item database is not refreshed this fast, like, usually he will start refreshing now, and there will be like a downtime usually, so it's not refreshed yet, like, Grimtools still shows you only the old values. Grimtools is not like, affiliated with Crate, as you can see here. This is made by a guy called Dammit, so he needs to get the info first, and then he can like update all his stuff, and there are like so many things he has to update here, so it might take him some days. Mark of the Farseer added 33% freeze res. Wait, wasn't that the one I was using on... yeah, that's one I was using on the Vindicator before he died. I mean also that I used on the Vindicator before I switched over to Shadow Queen, right? Oculant, increase attack... Why did my Dervish die? At the hands. That's at 8% before, right? Now it has 16%. So the NERFS shield burst character is actually better than before. Solaris Arbalest, removed pierce ratio. Wait, that's the Ignaffar thing, right? No. What is this even? Well, damn it, yeah. It changes everything by hand, so I'm not sure. Yeah, he has to do lots of work. That's what I know. I don't know what he exactly has to do, but he has to do lots of work, and it will take him some time. So this got Pierce removed, right? It's like a physical warlord. What? Okay. A warlord with a crossbow, oh my god. Desolator. Yeah, this one got getting nerfed is pretty obvious. It increases bursting round bonus to 4. Okay. Wrathguard added +1 demo. Wrathguard is like a legendary Inquisitor shield, right? Yeah, so this has +1 Inquisitor and +1 Purifier now. I like and +1 demo, so basically +1 Purifier. Would you ever play this over Stronghold though? Stronghold for fire and this for Pierce, I guess. But Purifier just has better like Pierce synergy in the first, like a fire synergy in the first place, right? I'm not sure if that's gonna change much. We'll see. Mandate increased HP regen, renewal increased HP regen. Okay. Right. I thought they were gonna like change all of these. Why are they like mentioning 2 of them here and not the others? Oh, maybe they're not. No, these are the magic ones. And then the rare ones are maybe on another chapter here. Updated stats on low level crafted items with base stats. Okay. Nimble crust. Okay, so all these yellow craftables are like better now, I guess. But masteries, for example, is pretty nice for like, it's a pretty nice craftable yellow belt for pet belts, right? It was like not great before, but now it might be. I mean, if you're playing solo self-found or like it's a first character, it's definitely gonna help out pet belts early on. Yeah, Raynan, how are you? Agnaborg chest drive reduced cold resist reaction to 8%. We nailed it. Yeah, true. Like 8%. Yeah, that seems fair. I think it's still gonna be very strong because all of these MI have increased base damage now, right? Raynan. Where is it? I don't remember where it says that, but they adjusted the base damages of epic and MI items to have the same value as legendary items, right? So all of the MIs got a buff, including chest drive, and then chest drive got a small nerf, so I don't know, chest drive might still be bonkers. I don't think any of these are gonna be like good for endgame, to be honest. But they're gonna be way better than before for like a first character solo self-found thingy, right? Also, this is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We don't need as many better shells anymore. Resilient plating, no more better shells as well. Nice. Thank you for that, great. Added physical resist to all variants of Nemesis shoulders. Oh shit, that's crazy actually. That's crazy. That's so good. You wanna use crafted metals now? The nimble crest. Yeah, the metal might be okay for endgame as well. Watcher crest. I'm not quite sure if these are like good enough. I mean, it depends on the build. Like maybe some builds don't need a metal. Then you can actually use those third out, right? Aether Warped Cleaver added +2 Belgothian Shears. Wait, that was a meme item, right? That's the one that drops from the guy in Podvebry that no one knows and no one ever farms. So this one getting +2 Belgothian Shears, it's not gonna do anything, right? What? I don't know, yeah, Jaren the Plague Warped. He's basically I don't even remember the name from the SOT guy that I used to bully. Psych. Added OA, Warsword, added attack damage converted to health. Nice. It's gonna be a buff for my, well, meme dervish. Standard Authority, added Chaos Rest. Conduit, added Chaos Rest. Oh, these have Chaos Rest now. Authority is total speed to summon Guardians of Empyrean, if you want to do like an Empyrean build, I guess. And the other thing is what? Conduit? I don't know. That's like good for solo self-found, I guess, but other than that, it's like whatever. Oh yeah, meme gore, Ilgore, yeah. Like Jaren is basically the Ilgore of Podvelbury, right? Hood, +2 Inquisitor Seal, Cowl, added +2 Briarthorn. I mean, all those stuff was like pretty nuts for solo self-found. Wait. Yeah, that's also for solo self-found only, right? Yeah. Because you can't use these if you play Dune Fiend or... what's it called? Death Guard, right? Because those have a shoulder as well. And this is for like what? Vitality, Shadow Strike? Play like Vitality, Shadow Strike, Reaper. This one might be good actually. But yeah, same thing, only good for... oh, this one's called Ascended, except for... oh, that one. Attack speed, Spellbinder. If you're playing like around the Theoden MI, for example. That's really good actually. Ascended Diadem, added Vitreous and +2 Stormcaller's Pact. What are these? Shoulder. Oh, these. Pierce to Aether. No, it's what? Elemental to Aether. +3 Distortion, +3 Stormbox. So you can use this if you want to play Aether Panettis, I guess. Okay. These are for Aether Panetti now. It's like Aether Mage Hunter Panetti. But also, oh yeah, we can also use it for Aether Stormbox with the Alagast set, right? Sistering with shirt on, not like this. I mean, Fayfish. Oh, you Crib Lord, welcome, welcome. The new patch is out, by the way. It just released today. So we have another dungeon to farm today. Ascended Vestments. +3 Panetti, Increased Inquisitor Seal +3. Yeah, okay. Another good, this is for Elemental Panetti. Elemental Panetti is like solo self-found Elemental Panetti, I guess. Maybe, no, wait. Elemental Panetti only needs the... what is it called again? The one set that has 2 rings, an offhand and an amulet to use for Panettis. But also you want to usually use Fate Weaver's chest in the end, right? It's the Silver 2 promos. Good luck, good luck. Don't get banned again. Bartholom's Gavel, added Chaos Rest and replaced bonus to RF and +4 to Judgment. Wait, what? So this is a full... Oh no, this thing. No, that's the other one. That's Gavel of Garth. That's the Gavel of Bartholom, and this is Bartholom's Gavel. Don't mix them up, guys. And then there's also War Maul. So this one was pretty good for Fire Strike Medi Purifier already, and this one was pretty useless. So they replaced RF with what? Judgment. I don't know. Probably not gonna be used in the endgame anyway. But pretty nice for like... Yo, Plasma, you were faster than me commenting on this stuff, right? How are you, man? Patch looks insane so far, but I mean, I haven't read like... I probably read like 10%, 5% of the patch so far, like not even. What the fuck kind of spam is that, man? Yo, Flappy Ham, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Still at work? Alright, alright. Yo, thanks for the regards, and yeah. Fun at work. Bloodstone Repeater, Scepter, and... wait, where were we? Yeah, Bloodstone Codex, added stun resistance for pets. Yeah, good for leveling, I guess. Endgame, probably not so much. Bloodstone Repeater, added +2 possession, increased CDR to do what, to 0.6 seconds? Instead of what, 0.5? So they added 0.1. Repeater. Bloodstone Repeater. Yeah, it was 0.5 before, now it's 0.6. Congratulations. I mean, it's still a buff, it's nice. Scepter, added +2 destruction and 100% fire to chaos modifier for Sigil, finally. Yeah, that's what I thought they're gonna do with us anyway. Because this was what, like, one of the only Scepter, or like Emites that had like some weird conversion on it, but not like full conversion. So now you can do like full chaos Sigil with this easily, right? You just use this and have like fire to chaos anyway now. You like need some more stuff to convert the remaining wit to chaos, that should be not that hard. So yeah. Pretty good. Signet added 4% Fizz Rest for pets. Oh, the ring. I mean, pretty good, probably. Maybe in game as well. I don't know. Vestments, +3 Hellfire Mine and +3 Flames of Omega lol. I mean, you can actually use this with the Black Flame set, right? Pretty nice synergy. Bone Blade. What is a Bone Blade even? Oh, that thing. Has what? Fizz Rest now? No, Chaos Rest. What is everything Chaos Resistance now? That's pretty weird. Okay. I mean, this wasn't a terrible item before. It wasn't great either, but it wasn't terrible. We have here Bone Spike, added away, reduced duration modifier for fakes. Good old Bone Spike got nerfed actually. Oh well. That's pretty good. So it's probably still gonna be good, but not quite as great as before. Gives me a Sacred Guards added trap resistance. Yeah, trap resistance is not bad. It's pretty okay. Chosen Epaulets, added % Aether and +3 Arcane Will. Good for leveling, good for solo self-owned. Probably won't be used for endgame. Min-maxing. Good nerf. Yeah, I think so as well. This nerf is pretty reasonable. Chosen gaze at a +2 force wave, +2 thermite mine. Yeah, this is all like stuff that's good for leveling and solo self-found, but that's it. Swapped Aether to acid conversion with 30% of wit to acid. Chosen. And Raymond, actually, not Raymond. So instead of Aether to acid, it's now Vitality to acid. I mean, Vitality to acid is always better than acid, like Aether to acid. So this is pretty good for, say, acid to Ravenous Earth, for example, right? And other stuff as well. This might get used for the conversion. This also has like a fizz rest base, so it's pretty good. This might get used in the endgame even. We will see. Chosen ropes added freeze resistance and +3 tether, added bonus to AR to +3. Increased bonus, yeah, okay. Pierce though to swapped acid elemental to pierced elemental. Spoilers. So pierced elemental instead of acid elemental. I don't know, whatever. Good for solo self-found. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. Arcane Scepter added HP, Crimson Vial Scepter added HP. That's like a buff for Aether Ray, like Lightning Aether Ray, right? Because you were using these. Where is it? The Arcane Scepter for Aether Ray, for Lightning Aether Ray, right? I'll copy name and put it in GT. Maybe that's faster. Cronus Signet added +3 Laceration, +3 Circle of Slaughter. Interesting. For bleeding builds, I guess. I mean, that's internal trauma though. Maybe this is good on the Warlord actually. Death Watcher Pendant, that's the one that you get from Death's Vigil, right? Yeah, this one needed a buff. I mean, the one from Comet's Chosen was pretty good, and this one was pretty bad. That's okay. The Slicer getting more HP. These might be really good for Pierce builds now, endgame. Because they have buffed flat values, base values, right? You use that with Fire Blade Arc. Oh, you do actually. Oh, that's gonna buff your Fire Blade Arc then. And if like the rare fixes got buffed as well, then these might be really good now. They might have like, if you get like crazy rolls, they might be better than Reaver's Claws, right? Maybe. Probably not. If not, then that's like just another buff for Red Souls I found. The Rigged Sect Legguards have stun resistance now. That's great. Yeah, like Dreeg and Bismia needed a buff. Like Solar Pants are pretty nice already, but Dreeg and Bismia getting buffs is pretty good. That's actually crazy. These are gonna be so good for many builds actually, because stun resistance is hard to get sometimes. It's pretty nice. Always consider these now. Necklace at a +2 Weight of Shadow, +2 Star Pact. That's crazy for Spellbreakers. Wait, what? Elena already gave you like cold resistance reduction to Weight of Shadow, right? Yeah, these might be really good for Spellbreakers now, actually. Flash Warp Bulwark added % Fizz 2 and +3 Heart of the Wild. Trying to make Shield Water a thing. Shield Water Omega lol. I don't know, unless you play like retail, Shield Water. Shield Water is not that great, right? It's kinda unkillable, but also it does no damage, so. Flash Warped Cask, like some more sort of self-found buffs here, I guess. Conflict. What is conflagrator even? Holy shit. Conflagrator. It doesn't exist. Wait, what? Is this like a new MI? What? New MI confirmed? Why did they like put changes for? Oh, he's called differently, right? It's just he's not called conflagrator. It's like a two-handed weapon. Incinerator. Oh, that's this one. What? Oh yeah, okay. So they're talking about flesh warped carbine. This thing, right? The Aether thing. This is what they call flesh warped conflagrator now. Arcane Vol OP. Well, that's total damage modified by 12, and this one does Fizzres for. I mean, yeah, it makes Arcane Vol OP, but what is your main ability when you use this weapon even? Which ability do you use with this weapon? Like I mean, it's pretty nice that you have like a super good proc now, like defensive proc or buff, but Calidor's Tempest, I guess. Two-handed ranged Calidor's Tempest. Oh my god. I mean, basically like a stats, like a caster stat stack. Aether Fire Strike sounds good. No, not with this. No, for Aether Fire Strike you just use something else, right? You use the thing that converts damage as well. Like this one doesn't convert shit. Nah, I think it's still bad actually. Blade Mail. It's just like a little bit less bad. Flesh Warp Shard. So more HP. Again, Aether Ray is getting tankier but has less damage than before. Oh no, that's this one. My bad. That's not Aether Ray. Huh? What are they writing? Flesh Warp Shard, added HP, reduced crit damage modifier for Aether Rate 30%. That's not Flesh Warp Shard, that's... what is it called again? It's something Shard, right? But it's not Flesh Warp Shard. Aether Ray. It's called Pulsing Shard. Xantai, please. Alright. Mistakes. Flesh Warp Shard. Got Pulsing. Alright, let's help Xantai out a bit here, right? And then Flesh Warp Conflagrator. Maybe it has its name changed in game, but I'm not sure. F Carbine. Didn't update for me on Steam. Don't use Steam, it sucks. Nani? Flesh Warp Tome, even. What? Why would they nerf this? Like, no one used this ever. Everyone used the shard, like the pulsing shard, right? How far is the update actually? Are ready to play the game? Fuck jump. But let's continue here. Wait, what? It's not that long. Oh no. We are like over here. Gotta cross dread plating. Add a +3 reaping strike, +3 overload. Yeah, this is like. Stun resistance is interesting here. Color store as well. More color store support. Pork jam. Nice, nice. Gargoyle's gaze. Added chaos stress and +2 roll for ground. Added away and +3 bloods. Percent chaos and feral hunger. Interesting. That's like the regen ring for no, right? Crazy regen ring. HP regen. The precious is maybe finally actually precious. But yeah, this stuff, like all of this stuff is just gonna be pretty nice for solo self-out as well, but not really. Maybe this one is good for endgame. The other ones are like whatever. Death FG, added Chaos Stress, added Veterans. Why are they like throwing around with resistances recently? I don't know. That makes the game easier for like no reason. I don't know if I like it. I guess new players will like it. Golgazar's Heart. They should just make it in metal. Like these hearts need to be metals and not amulets. Just gonna be bad as amulets. Why did I put this over here? Oh, what's it even called? Scarlet Heart. No, there's gonna be way too many hearts here. Are you kidding me? He doesn't know how to write it himself as well. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyways, this is it, right? This is the Horn of Gander bursting round acid amulet. Yo, Morpheus, how are you? Pork jump, the patch is out. Haunted shoulder pad, added elemental rest, and +3 brimstone increased bonus to World of Pain to +3. Haunted shoulder pad. Haunted shoulder. Okay. I mean, yeah, that was pretty bad. Again, good for solo self-found / new players. Haunted vestments. Stun resistance, pretty nice. Killer's Tempest, Spectral Wrath, and stun resistance. You use those before you find Agrovix, right? Icrix scale, +3 to Overguard. It's a nice. I mean, this was pretty good already, right? This is a straight up buff for Overguard soldiers. Incendiary Cask, added blah blah blah. Yeah, that stuff is again like sort of self-found stuff. Kyrian Skullbreaker, added % attack speed. More attack speed love for Kyrian. I mean, yeah, he does need some love because his current. Yeah, it made like no sense why this didn't have like attack speed in the first place, right? So yeah, that's pretty nice now. And maybe like a dual wield Kyrian Skullbreaker is actually like dual wield Kyrian Skullbreaker, Fire Strike, Shieldbreaker, or Purifier, I guess. I guess Purifier, this has also Kalastor. Sounds good. Sounds actually good, maybe. And yeah, like the base should be the buff as well. It's physical though. You have to convert the physical to fire. Yeah. You still have to get like as much physical to fire conversion as you get, right? So you need like double flint, enchanted flint, and then an amulet that converts to fire as well. Yeah, that's like the only problem you still have with this thing. You need to convert the physical to fire. But that 10% conversion, no, it doesn't even have that, right? Yeah, maybe they should have added that as well. Like 10 base conversion or 15 or something like that. Going over all the changes? Yeah, I will. It's only gonna take like 2 more hours, don't worry. Cover armor, added stun resistance. Yeah, pretty nice for leveling, I guess. Cask, Chaos Rest and Restoration. It's a cask, right? So you don't use it over Blood Rager or Spell Scourge, right? Or Targo. Again, leveling sort of self-found item. Shadow Strike, right? Nidala's hidden hand is Shadow Strike, I believe. Or is that the other thing? I don't remember. Check this real quick. Hidden hand is... no, this one actually. So it's for Acid, Weapon Pool, Skull, Nightblade. Yeah, good for leveling. It's a little self-found stuff. Rune Plating, added stun resistance as well. Swap Pierce to Wit conversion with 30% of Aether Delta's Vitality. Pierce to Wit. Instead we got Aether to Wit now. Pretty good for Vitality casters, I guess. Angering Reach, so that's really good for, yeah, for like Drain Essence, actually. Plasma K Myriad of an AFK. I mean, that's... he's at work, dude. Don't bully him. That's pretty nice, I guess. It's not gonna make them good enough. This is also not gonna make these good enough. Like, Hara's set just this... just like... I don't know. Hara's shoulders still like shit on this, right? Probably. Like, you wanna use Hara's 4-piece set anyway, probably. Commons badge added +3 to Granado. It's pretty nice. It's nice. It's gonna improve any Lightning Bomberman. Give him 3 additional skill points to play with. Living Ring added +3 IEE and +3 Word of Agony. I like that because these, like, Living Ring was already good, and these two are not like... they're not really good skills, right? So it's fine giving those some bad skill bonuses. Algorian's Corruption added DA and increased skill bonuses to +3. That's actually really big. And also... it's gonna be pretty nice for AR actually, right? Okay, AR got quite some changes here. Like, yeah, damage got nerfed, but it seems like all the items that it uses, like this one got nerfed, right? Has less lightning damage now. It has 1 to 144 before, and now it has... just has more HP actually. No, this one got buffed. This one got percent HP now as a base. This one got buffed, but this one got nerfed, right? This had 15 to 120 lightning damage before. Yeah, and now it has 15 to 100. So it got nerfed by 20 max. That's not too much. That's okay. And yeah, we got like more DA now, more HP, more DA. Okay, the crit got nerfed to 10% though. That's like 8 less crit now. But this got more HP as well. And then this one got more DA, right? And one more skill, so we got like one more skill point to play around with. So far it's not too bad. Not too bad of a nerf. Locksmeel's Frostblade, yeah, this got buffed. Fine. Knuckler's Red Blade, buffed and +2 Necrotic Edge. Or Cold Reapers, I guess. Interesting. Yo, Mr. Andy, welcome, welcome. when they dumbly added attack damage converted to health to that shard. I think it's fine, the value is maybe a little bit too high. Could have nerfed that value a little bit. Messenger's Blaze can add a +2 distance. Interesting. Oh, this is a a warlord, a fire warlord weapon. Banded ranged. Is it better than, say, Brimstone, though? Is Dreeg's Evil Eye good now? I don't know. I haven't checked out all the buffs yet. I'm still, like, not even halfway in, I guess. I didn't really see anything Dreeg's Evil Eye related to yet so far. But yeah, hopefully it got buffed. Milton's Cask added Aether Resistance. Yeah, okay. Nice for leveling. Nice for speedrunning as well, actually. Very nice for speedrunning. Holy shit, this is really good for speedrunning. Murderous Breastplate adds +3 Shadow Strike, Dual Blade, removed Resilience. Yeah, more Shadow Strike support. Nice. Shadow Strike is kinda bad still. Blade Trap, Ring of Steel. Okay. Good for leveling, I guess. Good for Souls I found. Added OA and +3 Phantasmal Blades. This is like good until you have these, right? And these are good until you have Harass. +2 Rending Force, that's good for Force Wave. I mean, okay. War Cleaver. Small buff, okay, okay. Added more casting speed. This is the Quick Jacks item, right? It's pretty nice. Blacklist Skins. Yeah. Another regen item, basically. Heartseeker and Blood Boil. Another bleeding. The Paktas things are pretty weird. I think they need like skill modifiers to be good. What do they have right now? Do they have skill modifiers? They actually have skill modifiers. Wait, what? Bleeding Siphon Souls. This is the regen thing with Wendigo totems. I mean, I guess you use this until you have Dark Ones. And you use this whenever you want to play like a bleeding nectar monster, which is probably never. Or like, I mean, you can use the big two-handed axe for that, right? But unless they nerfed like Blood Rager a lot, Blood Rager is still gonna be way better than this. You can use this until you get Blood Rager, I guess. Pitmaster's Axe, +2 anatomy of murder. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good, but yeah, not really game changing for endgame. Wait. What are you guys saying? So, Flesh Warp Shard. These changes are for Pulsing Shard. Are these changes for Flesh Warp now, or what are these for? Putrid Necklace added +2 Blood of Dreeg and +2 Iskandra's Elemental Exchange. Oh, the one from Primordium. For Acid, Warlock. Interesting, but I still don't really know what to use this for. Acid. I don't know, maybe if you want to play like Acid Aether Ray, I guess use this. That's what you use it for, Acid Aether Ray. Oh no! Chosen Sky Shard. Am I got nerfed? A little bit here. Right, the Ratus' Tome. Are you kidding me? What the? By 0.1. Okay, that's like nothing, right? And they added away and added pierce. So I guess overall it's more of a buff than a than a nerf actually. Acid AR and acid devastation, yeah. Acid gather samples. I mean, yeah, you can do it if you want to. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Probably not, but you can do it. Yeah. Any boost for Chaos Warlock? I mean, NERFS. Actually, every single Chaos build in the game got buffed because of this change over here. No. Wait, where is it? Here. Reduced monster base % chaos resistance in elite and ultimate difficulties. So across the board, chaos damage should perform a little bit better now than before. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, chaos damage was still the worst damage type on the last patch. And this might finally help chaos builds a lot. We'll see. It doesn't really say by which value, so it might be only 1%, that's not gonna change anything, but it might be like 20%, that's gonna change a lot. Salazar's Blade added CDR, increased damage dealt by the summoned pet, that's pretty nice. The pet was pretty bad, and it's actually, I would rather like this to have like more movement speed, because the pet moves so slow, like, I don't know. Oh well. Sacred Blade, chaos resistance, added casting speed. This is for Ignaffar, right? What is Tainted Blade again for? Yeah, it's Ignaffar. It's Chaos Ignaffar. I mean, yeah, why would this not have casting speed in the first place? Reasonable buff. Cleaver, this is for like fire RF shield breakers, I believe. I don't know if it's gonna be good for endgame, probably not. Maybe, I don't know. No, you just want the Soul Blade instead, right? Leg guards added freeze resistance, Arbalest added poison, spectral binding. Oh yeah, that's good for Phantasmal Blades Reapers until you have the set, right? The Vitality Reaper Phantasmal Blade set. Also something with death. What is it again? Death. What's it called? Demon Slayers. Yeah, Demon Slayers. Until you have Demon Slayers set. Battle Axe. Yeah, it's not really useful. This one is really good though, for chosen like code chosen Sky Shard warlocks that don't wanna use full chosen set, like for example my code devastation build, right? Like this guy. Really good for this type of build. Like longsword added % health. That's nice. Plus 4 fairy hunger. Yeah, these are like all of these except for this one is like again not used for endgame. Wild launcher. Yeah, like 200 ranged Restless Blade bursts with outside, I don't know. Wait, this one got buffed. Wasn't this the one I wanted to make like a cadence tactician for? Yeah, it actually gets buffed. Pork Champ. Okay, so it's just Rife. Yeah, Rainan told us about this already. Better Shadow. Resistance reduction nerfed to 8%. Flamethrower. Wait, what was this? Oh, the fire one that was useless before. This is a Granado item now. It's useless until you get adversary. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice for shield breakers now. Like for the Granado shield breaker I'm using. As long as you don't have adversary, you can just use this one fine. Peter added +2. What is Peter? Oh, that one. The one I'm using for leveling. Or that I was using for leveling. by the Warlord. Serious arcane robes, added slow resistance and +3 arcane balance. Is this the thing that's interesting for lighting Aether Ray? No, that's the other one. This is for Ignaffar. It's for Ignaffar, and Skytorn are the one that are for Aether Ray. Right? Bit of Aether to Lightning conversion. So the Aether Ray one's got slow resistance as well, and +3 to Torrent. What is Torrent even? What is Torrent again? That's a Shaman skill, right? It's for Prime Strike. This is Torrent? Yeah, that's Torrent, okay. Yeah, that's like whatever for... But yeah, it makes us pretty nice for Prime Strike leveling now as well. Nice for Shamans. The Gazor's Heart added +2 Ring of Steel and +2 AQC. Yeah, as I said, the same with Gazor's Heart. These are really good, or would be really good if they were medals, but since they're amulets, they're like not that great. Warden's Judgment, some more pet stats, and also Arcane will replace with IE. Makes sense for pets. Good buffs here. I have like no idea how good this really is. Probably not good enough for endgame, but nice for leveling. When you go Barb, added acid damage, increased CDR. Mod to Cult of Dreeg to -4 seconds. Pretty good for Witchblades, Witch Hunters, I believe. There you go, for leveling at least. Yeah, and pretty solid actually, for leveling. Really solid. Can I link the notes? Yeah, sure. There you go. Should probably put a command here. Call it like exclamation mark patch, right? Welcome, and also welcome to the stream, Zed. Added burn duration, yeah, makes sense. The one of these is for Blackwater Cocktail, the other one is for Fire Smite. So yeah, it makes sense to have more burn duration on this. Burnoth Reforged, added retaliation damage penalty to the granted skill. Get fucked, physical retail warlords. Oh my god, lol. Another nerf to Fizz Retail Warlords. Chain Grip of Hagrad. Do not break mods, so okay. I mean, you can just never... You can probably put like some settings into Steam there. The Rain Essence Retail is fucked as well. Oh yeah, that's also for Drain Essence Retail, true. RIP. I don't know how much this penalty is gonna be, but we'll see. Wait, I can just check it right now, right? Let me go back to the game here. I wanted to craft this weapon like 2 seconds ago, right? I mean, I'm not gonna play retail on this character, so that's like whatever. It's -10%, says the boatman. Alright, thanks for the info. That sounds reasonable, I would say. Not too much, not... Yeah, should still be fine, right? It's still like a 10%, it's not a straight up 10% damage loss, it's less than that, because probably like at least 50% of your damage is gonna be as like base Fizz Retail anyway, so it's maybe like a 5% nerf. Maybe even only 4%. Something like that, right? Codex of Truth, raised cast speed with 55 away, upgraded granted skull. Kind of destruct risk. Wait, what's this even? That's a non-mythical item. That's like, I don't really care about that. Updated Mortal Trap modifier to +4 duration, like +4 seconds duration and 0.5 seconds cooldown. +1 summon limit modifier has been moved to another item. Okay. Huh. This might be bad now, actually. Depending on like what the other item got changed around to. Content of Divine Whispers, increased damage on our Reckoning and Ascension variants. Is there... wait, is there like an Ascension variant still? Oh yeah, there is, but they nerfed the attack speed on this one, right? Okay, but this is gonna be better for Aether, Eye of Reckoning for sure. Like both of these are going to be better for Aether, Eye of Reckoning. Because yeah, that's for Chaos, right? For Chaos you also kind of want this, I guess. And for Aether you either want this one as well, or you want this, or you wanted this, right? Now this got buffed. Like this one was pretty good before, but because it also gave you attack speed, then it got nerfed. Now it's pretty trash. Like on the 1.1.4 patches, it's pretty trash. It might be okay now again. No wait, where's the... there it is, this one actually, not this one. This one's pretty good. It's pretty good right now and got buffed, and this one's pretty okay and got buffed. I have to like check it out on my Chaos Earth Reckoning if this one's better now than this. Might be, not sure. Like 50% Chaos Resistance reaction is huge though. This got buffed. Okay. But I mean, Aether Eye of Reckoning is like a meme build, kinda, so. Divine Steel Hallberg added 50% stun resistance. That was like a really good craftable chest, right? This is a craftable that I believe you can... yeah, it's a find, but you have to find this. But it's a really nice craftable that you can... so this is like a really nice chest that you can use when you're playing solo self-found. Once you found the chest, like once you found the blueprint, if you don't have like too many legendary items, this is like a very nice item to fix resistances on like every character, like any character, right? So this one getting buffed. Pretty good, especially for new players, I would say. And I believe this also makes it interesting for min-max now, because... so whenever you have like a stun resistance problem and you have a free chest slot, you can just use this, right? Eldritch Gaze, increased chaos damage modifier to Blade Arc Pog champ. Better chaos Blade Arc. Increased shield damage blocked modifier for possession to 25%. I mean, you don't really... do you play like one-handed Chaos Blade Arc? Do you even play that? I think you play like either or, right? Like either two-handed Chaos Blade Arc or you play with a shield. Yeah, like most of these that have like mythical versions I should just skip actually. Like this one has a mythical version, this one has a mythical... it kinda fucks me up every single patch. These are like all mixed together and they don't like separate legendaries for like 50 to 75 in one bracket and then 84 to 94 in another bracket, like. And I would just skip the 50 to 75 items and just move on straight to these 84 to 94 versions, but... oh well. Horns of Kolrak, reduce cooldown on skip rock. Nice. This has a pretty nice skip rock actually. Nice elemental damage here. Okay, this is a non-mythical like this is just basically a mythical item. So what do they do here? They update it to values on skip rock. Okay, that's... well, we don't know what it is, so yeah, thanks for that. Rage Flame. How do you write that? Ixilors. Oh, the other way around. Ixilors. This got buffed. Oh no, that's the non-mythical version. We don't care about that. That's Rage Girdle. Yeah, whatever. So, mythical. Yeah, this also has a 10% damage penalty, I guess. Reduced bonus to biting cold to +3. Are they nerfing fucking Oh, the rune again. The rune of Agarat again. The fuck? Why? Yo, 1.1.5 is out indeed, yes. It is out. I'm already in the game. It says... Well, you don't see it here, but... 1.1.5 is out. Pog jump. Codex of Lies, that's for Aether Ray, right? But even Aether Ray use the pulsing shard instead, right? Which got nerfed to 10% as well, so this one getting nerfed to 10% as well. Puts them on the same level, I guess, that's fine. Plus once... Oh wait, this is a water trap thing now? Isn't that like the Hong Kong build? This is like the Horn of Gandalf thing, right? This one has +1 some limit to mortar trap now. I'm not sure if I like that. But interesting. Crimson Lotus increased OA to 90. Nice. Devil Tongue increased OA to 72. Nice, this was pretty, like, a rather bad legendary right now. I like okay, but not good enough. 50 stun res and fizz res to the granted skill. So this is basically like Fate Weavers now, but for like non-casters, right? Yo, Cindy Rock, how are you, and what the fuck is that pasta? Welcome. Bean Scale Jacket added 25 freeze res, yeah, whatever. That's pretty much whatever, honestly. Like, just use All Frost, right? Flames of Wrath and fixed correct modifier being a Flames of Wrath. Oh, this one. This wasn't applied correctly before. Okay. Gut Ripper, more bleeding damage for grasping ones. So the guy who wanted to make a Gut Ripper bleeding build got his build buffed, I guess. Added oh, that's pretty nice. This is a pretty good buff for Phantasmal Blades, right? Especially Pierce Phantasmal Blades. Like, this chest is pretty loaded with stats now, right? Voran. What's it called? Yeah, Core Voran, not Covoran. It's pretty loaded with stats, actually. Pretty good item. For, well, Pierce Phantasmal Blades at least. Arcane Currents added 20 freeze resistance. This is like whatever, honestly. Mark of Kalastor added stun resistance. That's pretty good. Wait, isn't that what I'm gonna use on the Warlord here? Mark of Kalastor. That's it, right? That's the one. I mean, this build doesn't need it, but maybe some other build will need it. Some like Octavius build, maybe. Murmurous Kiss. I don't know why they would put it on this metal though. Should have put it on something else, I think. Murmurous Kiss added casting speed increase over 90. Okay. It's like a small, like, this is a small buff for dervishes, acid dervishes. The casting speed is, I don't know. Whatever, probably. Attack of Deadly Means. Wait. Deadly Means. Oh, this one? This one has RE now. Oh, for acid RE. I guess you can use this for acid RE now. Pretty comfortably. Okay. Sounds fair. Reaper of the Curse, increased duration of the skill to seconds. That's the one-handed scythe offhand, right? 3 seconds instead of 1 second is really good, actually. Wait. This might make Spellbinder good again, right? Interesting, very interesting, actually. Guess I got nerfed again. Rain of Ice and Fire. I didn't really use it that much. I'm not sure like how good it was. Probably too good. Rift Warped Grasp added energy cost modifier for Doombolt. Okay. I don't really think you needed this, but I guess, okay. The HP restoration is instant. Yeah, it's always instant. It just means that you have 3 seconds of 28% damage absorption. But yeah, this is instant. Rhymestone, Laggards added. Rhymestone? What a Rhymestone? Oh, these? Oh, that's nice. Oh, hey, that's pretty nice. Yeah, these needed a buff anyway, I think, so. Nice. Rune Armor of Ignaffar added 25 stun resistance. Let's say buff for mostly like aura mantles, right? I mean, yeah, you use this just for this, right? You don't use it on Fire Strike, you usually use Dagal on Fire Strike, right? Ignaffar, maybe? Pet stuff, I have no idea about this. Seems good. So it's probably useless. Sure. Sash of the Bloodlord. Buff, right? Yeah, buff because this was mostly used for Doombolt builds, and Doombolt has like less energy cost now. So you probably don't really need the energy anymore. This had 560 energy, that's a lot actually. Oh, but yeah, you like OA is just more important. Like you don't cry about the energy when you get more OA instead, right? It's really nice. Also, this buffs the, for example, Chaos Art Reckoning build as well that I have. Spinner. So this guy will have more OA now. Pretty good, pretty good. Freeze resistance is always whatever for me, because Hoarfrost Ointment exists. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Immortal Sage was like always a pretty nice defensive version. Is there any new sets? I mean, there are new items, yeah. We will see, we will see. There are 80 new legendaries, right? For example. I don't know if they're gonna be like a set or not. I didn't check them out yet. Shroud of Illusion. Pretty nice. Shroud of Illusion. It's like one of those items that you never use because Fate Weavers was a thing, right? But these are pretty nice, pretty defensive, and you were using these for the Malachor builds, right? Like for elemental cadence. So I guess those got more stun and freeze resistance now. Spell Gaze added Aether damage for Aether Penalties. Speaker of the Dead. Increased code resistance reduction modifier to Omen to 18%. That's pretty nice. That's like for Cold Phantasmal Blades Reapers, right? Or Cold Drain Essence Reapers, right? Oh, 4. It's pretty nice. I like it a lot. AT, not dude. AT would be just broken. What the hell? Storm Seer Sapphire, reduce lightning damage for AR to 8 to 90. Storm Seer Sapphire. No one used this for lightning ever. Unless you were playing a druid. Why would you play lightning druid when you could play lightning mage hunter? Yo, 9 bells. Thanks for the raid, dude. Welcome everyone. How are you doing? How are you? How's everyone? Welcome. Bloom's out for 9 bells. Yo, Salami Brot, how are you? Welcome as well. So yeah, this nerf... Oops. This nerf does like nothing, right? Because nobody used this for lightning anyways. This was used for cold, I believe. If at all. No, people just use this for lightning. No one uses this for anything, right? I think Code AR doesn't use this. No, Code AR uses the conduit. Lightning AR uses the other Aether Bolt pendant, right? You use this just for Lightning Calidra's Tempest, right? But I don't know, I haven't seen a Lightning Calidra's Tempest build so far. What the hell, why does it keep on doing this? Temporal Arc Blade, Fixed Skill proc, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's basically a nerf. Oh yeah, okay. This was OP apparently and it got nerfed. Yeah, there was like one build on the forums that got posted that was like really OP with us for some reason. But I have mortality. Reduce cooldown on the skill proc to 2 seconds. What is this again? Oh, that
well
one.
met.
Yo, Snum75, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. This was used like defensively, and also you were using this when you're like a new player because you got this from quest, like from quest completions. And what did they buff here? So this has 2 seconds instead of 3 seconds now. It's pretty nice, I guess. This is a lot of healing actually. On a vitality build at least. It's not that like vitality builds need like even more healing though. Tome of Atonement. That was the fire color store thing I wanted to do, right? But this one has burn damage now as well. That's pretty good actually. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, this is kind of supposed to be burn, like a burn build. I don't know why it still has acid here, but I mean, yeah, it's a burn item. So it made no sense for this to not have any burn damage before, and now it has burn damage, so that's nice. Batch hype, oh yeah, that's so hype, dude. Holy shit, it's gonna be insane in the membrane, man. Venomancer's Raiment. Did anyone ever use that? I mean, it got buffed, so maybe people start using it now. Or stun resistance is always nice. Ravager's Red Glaze, the Flesh version. Increased 8% HP to what, 12%? What shit? That's the one I still don't have, right? I have the other two, but I don't have this one. I gotta farm this one now. Yeah, that's the same thing with the mythical one, same thing as with the mythical one. Same thing here, same thing here. Same thing. Wait, Stormheart got reduced, could not proc. I mean, that's the non-mythical version though, so who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Legendary set items. Wait, not too many actually. Alagast Masterpiece, reduced 8 damage modified for Stormcocks of aggro to 80. Alagast nerf. Yeah, I mean, Alagast Stormbox was pretty OP. I don't know, it was pretty strong. I don't know about OP, but apparently Zantai thought it's OP, so it got nerfed. Deception of Dreeg set increased Fizzle Rest to 12%. Casting speed to 25%. Increased chance to pass through enemies. Dreeg's modifier to 66%. This is really nice for spam Dreeg's evil eye. Holy shit. What's it called? Deception of Dreeg. So yeah, 66 instead of 50%. I mean, that's not that much of a buff. 3% more casting speed, that's also not that much of a buff actually. And the physical resistance. That's pretty nice, that's a pretty good buff. 6% more for the rest for free. Oh yeah, the all the components needing less better shells is really nice as well. Finally, right? Finally we don't have to like farm beehives and then reptilian hives over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Right? I looked at the patch notes and it was like reading Greek before I knew how to read Greek. I mean, you're about to learn Greek though. I mean, Grim Dawn language, so. You're learning Nandas. You will understand soon. Invokers added fire for penalties, so they're pushing this to be even more of a fire set now. Okay. Yes. Also, the hood got increased OA, and the gem got increased stun and freeze resistance. Pretty sweet. Maybe we should do like a witch hunter with us now. Spam Dreeg's Evil Eye, Witch Hunter, Pork Champ. Light's Guardian set and reduced lightning damage modifier for Stormbox to 120. I mean, yeah, my Vindicator that had this died anyway, so. Who cares? I mean, yeah, that's like a buff, nerf, and I guess it's. I don't know why they keep hating on Stormbox. I mean, yeah, it's pretty strong, but is it that strong really? Maybe. I don't really think so, but... Demon Slayer's Defense, reduced with damage modifier for Blade Spirit to 70. I mean, yeah, that's what's pretty strong as well. Makes kinda sense to nerf these, I guess. Reduce burn damage to Judgment modifier. Okay. Yeah, that's what's really strong as well, actually. $240, and now it's... This got... What? They nerfed it by 165? They nerfed it like by 60%? No, more than that, right? Like by 70% nerf, what the hell? Farming beehives feels okay for me, CACW. Nature's Avenger set increased activation chance and its skill proc to 50% and removed attack speed bonus. Right, what was the chance for this before? Why do they call it Mythical Avenger set instead of like Nature's Avenger? What is... The wording is so weird sometimes, yeah. So this is 50% chance on hit right now, instead of 20%. But it doesn't give you attack speed anymore. But that makes you... it has still 12 seconds to carry charge though, right? 50% is kinda like 100% though. Okay, but they moved the attack speed over here. Yeah, this has like 25% instead of 14, so this got buffed by 10%, the other thing got nerfed by 20%, but didn't have like, maybe like 50% uptime, so attack speed is kinda the same. DPS should be the same, but better healing. And this got buffed as well. Briar Wave, 10% of attack, now it's 25% of attack. 1 second skill recharge, so this will basically proc like almost every second now. It has a like... doesn't say the distance here, but it has more distance now. So yeah, I guess Avenger got the buff it deserved. So that's good, that's good. Red Against Folly, increased OA to 70. I mean, yeah, that's needed a buff. More OA, more DA. And I think OA and DA was like one of the core problems of Red Against, so that's pretty nice. Red Guy set, this set was like so bad. Increased weapon damage modifier to Dreeg Divide to 70. Increased wit damage modifier for Primal Strike to 220, and increased acid damage modifier for Fire Smite to 220. What was this before? So 10% more weapon damage for Dreeg Divide. 10% more damage here, and like 25% more damage here. But that's like flat, right? So this really doesn't matter that much. Okay, but yeah. Pretty obvious this should be buffed, like this was about to be buffed. By the way, Targo set is not getting buffed. Targo set is not on the list here. He's bad, man. Okay. As our set gets the nerf, after all, reduce damage modifier on the granted skill by 22 to 22%. Shit. This was... well, 24%. Now it's 22%. Okay, this is like... they could have nerfed us in like so many ways, right? But they decided to do like the smallest nerf possible, basically. They nerfed this modifier by 10%, and that's it. Okay, so SR set is still super strong. Clairvoyance focus set reduced away on the skip rock to 8%, increased 8 damage for Doombolt to Root Spirit to turn it. Yeah, this is like aimed to like nerf the set in general because it was like overperforming for AR. And this is to buff it for Doombolt and Root Spirit because those parts were underperforming, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, they also nerf Aether Ray even more. So yeah, overall, like Lightning Ray seems to be hit only by a small amount. And it's actually tankier than before. Like it lost a little bit of damage, but it's tankier than before, and Aether just lost a lot of damage. Or like more damage than Lightning did. And it only got a little bit more tanky than the Lightning version. Like a little bit more tanky than before, and overall like less... It got like less increased tankiness than the Lightning version, right? Infernal Champion set has 10% more HP now, like 10%. Wait a minute. Oh, so this is 10% instead of 8% now, right? Okay. small buff there to kind of make up for the huge amounts of damage it lost actually here, on Judgment at least. This patch seems, I think so far the patch is pretty nice. It didn't really change that much here though. I mean, yeah, Avenger got buffed, Radgeist got buffed, Dreeks got buffed. Like Dreeks, Avenger, Radgeist got buffed. Like most of these stuff, like so many like small buffs or like resistances put on everything, right? Like stun resistance, vitality resistance, chaos resistance, freeze resistance got put in fucking everything. That's got buffed as well. More OA here. But nothing like too game changing, right? Okay, devotions. Affliction, updated bonus to focus more on retaliation, the vitality damage and crits. Okay, I would like to see the notes. Let's check them out in game. Let's take like doesn't really matter which character we use here. So we check out devotion called Affliction in Grim Tools and compare it to live, right? So 40% wit, 40 poison, 18 wit decay, 20 spirit, 100 acid retail, wit poison, 10% retail, wit decay, wait, yeah, decay, acid retail. And on live we got same amount. Ah shit, that's gonna scale, right? Wait. Wait, what? They nerfed the acid retail. Right? I'm increasing retail by what, 70%? So they nerfed this retail. 3% retail. Before it was 10%. Okay, I see what's happening here. So they saw Medleys, Acid, Grasping Wines, Archon, right? And then they decided to nerf it. This one gives you 20% more all retail damage now. Oh wait, this one gives you another. Right. 100, 120, and that's like 60 and 60 now. Oh, this one is 120 though. Wait, what? So it's 120, 60, 60, 240 in general, like 240 overall, right? So that's actually 20 more acid, but you have to like take more nodes, like 20 acid, more acid retail than before, but you have to take more nodes. And they put 20% retail here instead of the 50% retail over here. They put the 50% over here though. And where the fuck did I put the OA? Over here. Wait, what? They just switched everything around. But you have 20% more retail and 20 flat acid retail more, right? Oh no. Oh, I'm seeing level 1 in. I'm seeing level 1 skill in game and max level skill in Grim Tools, right? So we don't actually know if they nerfed or buffed the proc itself, right? It might still be 10% at max level in game. Like we don't see that because I don't have any character that has this maxed out actually. No, I don't have anything that has this maxed out. So yeah, I might guess that the proc dev didn't get changed much, and well, I guess these got actually buffed then a little bit. Like you have 20 flat acid more, flat acid retail more. Shift to see. Oh, you can? Shift. Shift and control. Engram tools. Debated. Yeah. Maybe I should play press Alt F4 to see it, right? That doesn't work with Shift or anything of the like. Press the infrequent. What the? Oh no, I'm not gonna do this now. Maybe next year. Autumn Boar added 55 DA and increased percent all retail damage to 60, removed percent fire rest, percent stun duration. What? Wait, what? Oh, this was like stun duration on enemies. Yeah, that's whatever. That only affects trash anyway. Fire resistance, internal trauma damage, and chance to bleed. Yeah, bleed retaliation is whatever as well, right? So yeah, they removed the bleed retail here. That's okay. Nobody cared about that, right? It says DA and or retail here now. 5% physique and more retail here. But that's 20, 20, 20 now instead of 30. So this one has 60% retail instead of 30% retail now. That's a buff. And it has 25 DA instead of 20 fire rest. That's, I would say, a buff as well. Pierce resistance. That's still the same. Physique here. So what did get nerfed here? Flat internal trauma. Wait, did I remove the flat internal trauma actually? Wait, that's like the sole reason I picked this. Yo, Mabel, how are you? Shift and control works. Well, it doesn't for me. Yo, Ghastly Kraken, how are you, man? Ghastly Kraken, welcome. Let the Jedi. So first hold them and then hover over. Okay. Oh, makes sense. So yeah, this is 3% at level 1, 42, 40, yeah, okay. So I guess this proc didn't get changed, but how do I get it back? Oh, I have to press it again. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. That's pretty helpful, actually. Okay, so that's yeah, Affliction got buffed, Autumn Boar got buffed. That's nice. Okay, Bear. This was like the worst devotion in the game, in my opinion. Added 2% DA, 15 DA, increased armor to 140, removed constitution, thanks. And eternal trauma. I mean, yeah, these two were kinda useless on that one anyway. But did it get buffed enough? I don't think so. I think it's still the worst in the game. I mean, no, it has DA now, that's not bad, but that's only 2%. Increased armor to 140, what was it before? 60. No, 60 and 80 is 140. I mean, yeah, that's in-game, what am I looking at? I should look at Grim Tools here. Oops. This was 80 and nothing. So this has 40 more flat armor now. That's nice. 15 DA on this node here as well. That's nice. And then this node is the same. And this node has DA and armor instead of fizz damage and internal trauma. So the first damage got moved over here, and the internal trauma got removed. I think that's okay. So what do I use this on now? Use it on physical characters, right? 60% weapon damage is not too bad. So use this for two-handers. Question mark. The problem with this is still like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for 2 affinity rewards, right? 1 blue and 1 purple. I don't know, like Bull is like almost as good, right? Has like this, like half the recharge, half the damage. So because of like half the recharge, half the damage, it's basically the same amount of damage, right? Like Bull is literally the same amount of damage than Bear is, still. It's literally the same thing. I mean, this has internal trauma, but this doesn't. But anything that makes Bull even stronger, actually. I don't know. They need to buff the fuck out of this proc here, or make the buff, I mean the proc, be on attack, like on being hit, right? Because like physical doesn't have too many abilities to like proc stuff. Maybe they buffed it though. No, they didn't, right? The physical damage is just scaled up. And it's 40% main damage at level 1. It's the same. I think I didn't buff the proc actually. And the proc is so terrible. Like, it's not good enough. And this is nice. It's a start, right? It's a start, but it's not good enough. I was regarding increased the A by 12. Well, okay, this probably needed a small buff. But I'm fine with this. It's okay. Manticore needs like a big buff actually. Added 4% phys rest, reduced % poison resistance until 10. This is not a big buff. Phys rest is pretty nice though. Not gonna lie. So this is when they use Manticore right now, you only use Manticore on cooldown casters, right? So if you're playing, say, cooldown reduction Dreeg's Evil Eye, then you can use this. If you're not playing poison cooldown caster, then it's trash, right? Then you, like, even if you play attack speed caster, you just want to raise the dead instead, right? Because of the casting speed here. Lifesteal if you have like weapon damage. I mean, yeah, Dreeg's Evil Eye does have weapon damage, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of the same spot it was before. A little bit better though. That's at least a little bit like a small step in the right direction. Panther increased away to 48, removed all damage, all percent damage. 12. 16, 14, 12, 20. So they added 16 away, right? And removed 15% all damage. Which was, well, trash, so Panther got a nice buff. That's pretty good. I like it. I like this buff. Return to the Way Warden increased away to 75 instead of 55. The 20 away buff on Retouche, which, well, basically benefits Vitality casters, or like any Vitality ball. I don't really, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's okay. I don't really think that this needed a buff, but okay. Raven added, oh, okay. They actually tried to make Raven good for non-pets now. Like, Raven was a pet-only devotion. before. It was probably the worst green devotion for non-pet builds. So... % away here. We have before we had 20 flat away here. Right. 15 spirit here, 10 away here. 10 away, 15 away. That's like 25 away. Yeah, I mean, that's got buff for sure. Like, this is as good as Hawk now, actually. I mean, not. Yeah, kinda. I mean, it doesn't have the crit damage, but. If you need 5 affinity instead of 3, like, yeah, this is like more affinity efficient, this is more point efficient. So you can't always pick Hawk because sometimes you need like more affinity. And now if you need more affinity but want more OA, like before you only had, like, you could only pick Scholar's Light. And now you have actually, like, you used like Scholar's Light and a point in Crossroads here for 5. For 4 you use either Scholar's Light and a point here, or like either Scholar's Light or Hawk and a point here. For 5 you used to use Scholar's Light and a point here. It was like literally always better than using 4 points for Raven. This was the same amount of points as Scholar's Light and a point here. And you never used Raven and a point here, because then you could just make Spider, and Spider was like better than Raven and a point here. But now, I don't really think Raven is gonna be better than Spider unless you're playing like a cooldown caster, right? That gives you attack speed and casting speed. So if you're playing a cooldown based caster, then Raven is better than Spider now, maybe. Like 4 points here and 1 point here for 6 affinity is better than Spider now. And if you want the offensive ability and you're not playing like a fire or elemental build, then also 4 points in Raven, if you need 5 affinity, is better than 3 points in Candle and 1 point in Crossroads now, right? So yeah, that's pretty nice. I think Raven has a spot now in non-pet builds. It's like the best buff so far, actually. Revenant reduced attack and casting speed to 4% and undead damage bonus to 10%. I mean, that's reasonable. Everybody kinda knew it, this was getting nerfed because it was broken. So yeah, 2% less attack speed, casting speed, and 5% less damage to undead. I think that's pretty fair, and I think it's still gonna be pretty good though. Not quite as broken, but still pretty good. Round's Crown added 20 DA. Yeah, I mean, this needed a smaller buff because this was too strong. Yeah, adding more DA is always okay. Replaced fire resistance with 15 additional DA. Yeah, like non-elemental, but like fire resistance on these kind of things was always a little bit awkward. So that's getting, what is it? 15 DA instead of fire res. Small buff as well. Watcher gets nerfed. Wait, what? Watcher actually gets nerfed. So yeah, this node used to be completely OP. And it was 5% DA, now it's 4%. Which is still good, but not as good anymore. So Watcher might finally just be really strong and not be completely broken anymore. Like, you will see more hardcore builds not use Watcher from now on. Before, almost every hardcore build, apart from this one for example, tried to use Watcher. That actually makes Wolverine just as good now, right? This has 4%. This is 4% now, this was used to be 5%. People will cry that Watcher is trash now. I don't think it's trash. I think it's still good. It gives you a shit ton of armor, resistances. Maybe they should change the code resistance node here to something else. Like, this is a little bit weird sometimes though. Same thing for this like code and lightning resistance over here. It's a little bit weird. Maybe they should change this to like 10% elemental instead. And they could change this to something else as well. Like poison resistance, maybe. Yeah, Watcher is definitely still great. Like, yeah, I mean, he didn't say it's bad, but he just said that other people might call it trash because yeah, like people are overreacting, you know. Targo the Builder increased the A by 55 at 255. It was how much before? It was 20, another 20. It was 40 before, and now we have it here and 35 here. I mean, that's a nice buff. Targo is like a good devotion, but it was a little bit underwhelming, but still good. And yeah, it's a little bit better now. But that's fine. Typhos. More on OA for players and pets. Okay, so they don't say what it is. Let's check it out ourselves then. So Typhos used to give you armor. That was pretty lul. Bit. And aether damage, poison, acid resistance, and poison and bleed resistance, right? For pets as well. Fizz res, and this was pretty nice for pets actually. Really good note here. Bit decay, HP, crit damage. Actually, the crit damage is really nice. Okay, let's see what it gives you now. So we got 20 OA instead of the armor, and also 3% OA for pets. I think that is definitely better than before, because the armor, like 5% armor is not necessarily bad, but builds that went for Typhos, they didn't care about armor, right? Like, no one was gonna pick Typhos for armor, even though they know it's pretty good. 20 DA here. That's like more universal, I guess. So they're making this like a non-vitality damage devotion, which is great because vitality builds never use this anyway. And oh yeah, that's actually like a decent purple and yellow devotion that gives you 3 purple, 2 yellow. Remember how I said like there's only Assassin's Blade that's good for purple and yellow and everything else is trash? Actually, Typhos might be good now. Maybe Typhos is good on the very build I'm playing right now. This gives you still Fizz res, this gives you still the same, this gives you the A, 5% HP and 20 the OA, 10% crit damage. It doesn't give you percent OA or percent DA though. Like if Typhos gave you, say on this node, on the last node, or like on this node, maybe like percent OA, 2% OA, 3% OA. I don't know, then it would be really good. Is it good right now? I'm not quite sure actually. It seems a lot better than before though. Inner Bloom, hey, how are you? First impressions for 1.1.5? I mean, all the things that we already knew are great, and I think they... When it comes to balance, they're pretty conservative in this patch, I would say. So, except they're like hating on Stormbox again. And I mean, Aether Ray got nerfed a little bit, Lightning Ray got nerfed a small amount as well, but not quite as much. Avenger got buffed, Radagon got buffed, Rotgeist got buffed, Dreeg set got buffed. So yeah, maybe Spam Dreeg, Evil Eye is good now. Maybe. I didn't see like the mastery changes yet. I'm still at devotions right now, so I can't really say too much yet actually. And also like the epic items. Wait, there's nothing about epic items, right? They just added, like they gave them the same amount of like base damage that legendaries have, right? That's kind of underwhelming. I thought they would maybe also give like skill modifiers to epic items now. I guess that's not happening. But yeah, there are like 6,000 changes right in this patch. And this is like about all epics and rare affixes, and they don't list them here. Like these changes are not listed here. And it's pretty sad because it's like actually the most interesting. But oh well. We have to check it out later, I guess. Once it's like uploaded in Grim Tools. But yeah, devotion changes on Raven, for example, is really nice. This is okay as well, but probably not enough, etc, etc. We weren't Typhos, right? This seems like another nice change, but maybe not good enough for non-player, like for non-pets. Scales of Willkommen, this might be interesting now. Added 5% attack damage converted to health as a base. What? Okay. So maybe we're getting rid of Ghoul after all. I mean, the proc is really good though, but where is it? It's in this last node here. So yeah, I mean, if you go for an 8 yellow build, so you go for like Obelisk of Men here, or Light of Imperium, or Ishtar. Even if you go for like Tree of Life or all around, right? This might be pretty nice now, but I still have the problem with the proc. As I can see already here, it's still a vitality damage, right? So unless you convert the vitality damage to something else, the proc's not gonna be too useful for you, right? But what you could do now to get 5% lifesteal is you can like just take the left 4 nodes here. And that's like 1 point less than Ghoul. Wait, did Ghoul get nerfed? No, Ghoul didn't get nerfed, right? Oh, but this has weapon damage now. Okay. Never mind. The proc is good for non-vitality then as well. Okay, wait. This is interesting. 20 or 30 DA rearrange some of the existing bonuses, reduced percent health, percent and reboot all damage. Okay. What was it before again? Okay, so this one got moved over here, right? HP and energy 250 and 300 is still the same, right? Yeah, okay, that's not still the same. Then you have the HP and movement speed on the second node already, instead of over here, but you got 2% nerfed HP, that's okay, I guess. Energy on this node, I mean, this pretty shit node, but this node is even better though, so yeah. Okay, and then this one is 20 physique, 20 away, 20 DA, instead of the all damage. That's a buff as well. And then this one has, what, 12% main hand damage? Scaling up to... we don't know actually, because I don't have a character where we have maxed out tip the scales. So that's a little bit hard to say. And also reduced the cooldown. Wait, what was the cooldown now? What is it now? 1 second. Wait, 1 second? Okay, it was 1.5 before. 1 second skill recharge with weapon damage, lifesteal. Yeah, the maw is open. Yeah, we know. Don't worry. 22 resist reduction as well, and that's like 8 on level 1. I don't. 5, so 3 more. So this will give you at least 25 later, right? That's good. Yeah, scales look pretty nice now actually. Like really nice. That's probably the best buff actually, like after Raven. Acid Sprayer increased acid damage and distance. Okay, that's also nice. Current scales increased weapon damage to 20 added. What? Holy shit, that's crazy. Wait, Guardian's Gaze is crazy now. Guardian's Gaze is like bad now. I mean, not quite, but... because this one's still 25%, and this is 5%, but... there's like circles around you. And stays for like, I don't know how many seconds, but... yeah, Guardian's Gaze is like really good now, holy shit. Yeah, you have like multiple of these. Yeah, you can have like 10 of these circling around you, and each of them hits maybe twice, so each of them is like 10% already lifesteal, and then you have like, I don't know, 5 of them, let's say 5 of them. It's like 50% heal. What? of the value here. But then again, the value is also lower than the value of bat, right? It's like 28k asset, but it's more main hand damage, right? It's more weapon damage than bat. Wait, this is so crazy for weapon damage users. What the hell? The gaze is really good now. Gaze is like crazy good. Gaze is crazy good. Scales might be good as well now. Raven is like... Raven has like an... He has a place now for non-pet builds, I would say. He's better than Scorer's Light on this, or this and this is better than Spider on casts, like cooldown casters. So that's good. Maul, increased physical damage scaling with rank. So that's actually the best, right? But this did get buffed. Doesn't really say by how much, but... Okay, so maybe it's better than Bull Rush in the end then. I don't know, I will have to like check the new grunt tools. Otherwise we can't really tell. Raise the dead. This is only 1 second now. Instead of what? 2 seconds. No, that's a pretty okay nerf as well. I like it. I like that the devotion changes a lot. I still think that bear might still be useless, but devotion changes are like really good. Okay, masteries. Demolition Dust, explosive strike. Strike physical damage is now dealt 100% of the time. Damage adjusted accordingly. Demo of it. So an empty one here. Second empty sheet here. Check explosive strike. 50% chance. I know it's gonna be like 100% chance, right? But it's gonna be probably have like the damage cut by 50%. So it's basically the same, but more consistent. Hey Naomi, how are you? And Serious Stan is here as well. Welcome, welcome. Occultist, Bloodburst, increased weapon damage getting to 30%, 40, what? Okay, Dreeg's Evil Eye has like... Dude, Dreeg's Evil Eye... What the... Dreeg's Evil Eye is... I think Dreeg's Evil Eye is really good now. So, yeah, this is like 30% weapon damage instead of 20, and then you have 40 instead of 30. And Dreeg's Evil Eye, like Dreeg said, got buffed as well. I don't know about OP, but it's pretty good now, I guess. It's definitely way better than before. And if you have Rot Guys set, this adds another... Where is it? Another 70%, so you have like 100% Dreeg's Evil, like 100% weapon damage Dreeg's Evil Eye at soft cap, right? And 110% weapon damage Dreeg's Evil Eye at hard cap. That's really good with the two-handed sword, right? Two-handed sword. Dreeg Alanor, right? Dreeg Alanor. This doesn't have casting speed though. Anyway, Nightblade, Phonetic Throw, replace 100% cooldown reduction with 3. Yeah, this is because of Rancor, right? Because there was like, okay, so they basically killed the Pierce spam version with Rancor, because Rancor used to increase the cooldown. But then if you still use this, you first increase the cooldown, and after that you got minus 100% cooldown. So the cooldown was still 0, even though Rancor weapon increased the cooldown. Now you can't do that anymore, so this basically kills Pierce Phantasm Blades with Rancor, right? I mean, for those that were like checking the build thread about that specific build, we kind of saw that coming anyway. And also increased total damage penalty to 55%. PB nerf across the board for PB spam, I guess. 5% nerf here. .5% nerf here, and here's a ranker is killed. Oh well. Oh well. Go link me a build. Go link me Dreeg's Evil Eye build. I don't have one right now. Reckless power, increased attack speed, casting speed, scaling with rank to 14% by rank 12, 20%. Yeah, this is fine. Like, reckless power was still pretty bad compared to other exclusives, so I think this is fair. I mean, Arcanist is really loaded though. Like, Arcanist is really good right now. And reckless power was like the worst skill in like the whole Arcanist tree, to be honest. Maybe apart from like extra splash freeze and right. Actually, like no, absolute zero is like the absolutely worst skill. Like this thing is absolutely worth 0. OFF stronger than CT? No, definitely not. CT is stronger than OFF. I mean, it depends. They're both not the strongest skills, that's true. But yeah, this one has 2% more attack speed on soft cap now, and what's it on hard cap? We had 60% here, and now it's 20, so it's 4% more on hard cap as well. So you will... yeah, somehow get like 4% more there. I don't really know at which levels, but it's okay. Inquisitor Aura of Conviction, removed elemental dot damage. I mean, this was a meme, right? I don't know why they removed it though. Like, it didn't need nerfing. I mean, it was useless anyway, but they could have just left it there, right? Like, you never use this for burn, first burn, or electrical damage. I guess they removed it so that it's like easier for newer players to just go for Aura of Sandra instead of this, because Aura of Sandra is always better for elemental than this anyway. Maybe that's why they removed it, to like make it more clear for newer players what to like use, or like what to choose instead. Okay, so here we go. Ignaffar buff, right? Increase area of damage cone. Increase percent weapon damage scaling with rank to 42%. Respectively 58%. What did we have before? We had... wait, what? That's like... They doubled the damage almost. What the? 60? No, 24? That's like plus 18% weapon damage? And this is plus 22? 24? Alright, let me check out the build here. Let's check out our Weep Hunter. Flames of memes. Let's see here. But it's still dot heavy, that's true. I mean, you can still make like dot Ignaffar instead, right? Null field added minus 10% attack speed penalty. Oh, okay. So you don't use this on Fire Strike characters anymore? Yo, wait. What do you use this at? Like, this is useless now, right? You don't use it on anything. I guess like infiltrators just lost like 25% deflect and that's it. Stormbox of aggro, that's like a purifier and infiltrator nerf, right? Stormbox of aggro, reduce lightning damage scaling to rank at ranks, blah blah. Okay, yeah, they're not even nerf, like not only nerfing Stormbox modifiers but also the skill itself. And this one ticks slower, so yeah, that's just double nerf. Double, triple nerf on Stormbox. I don't know. The nerfs on Stormbox seem pretty... I mean, we don't see the damages, like the... Was like Xantai not... Like, it's so funny, right? Like, whenever they buffed something here, they show the exact values. But when they nerf something here, they just say like reduced damage scaling. They're like, well... They don't tell us the exact numbers. Like, what, guys? Hello? Can you just tell us the exact numbers, please? Even if you nerf, that's okay. Word of Pain, no loss of... Oh yeah, this is a great buff actually. Great quality of life buff, especially when you use Word of Pain as like resistance reduction. Reduced tick rate doesn't affect damage. I mean, it does for... Wait, does it not? Shouldn't it like... It should affect the... I mean, it doesn't affect electrocute, but it does affect the flat lighting, right? Like this 90 lightning damage here, or whatever it is, like the flat lightning damage, it's gonna... Because it ticks slower, it's gonna like... damage less, right? Basically a 10% damage nerf to the flat lightning damage here. Isn't that how it works? Not sure. Show the new illusion from the list, please. Oh yeah, I can do that. I will. It might, but I don't think so. I think it's just a 10% damage nerf on the flat thing here, but I'm not quite sure. Word of Pain, yeah, that's nice. Radius with rank. Radius scaling with rank. Pretty neat. Wait, do I have any Chaos or Pierce or Aether Inquisitor? I don't think so, not right now, right? Call of the Grave. Oh, it's pretty good. What? What? Okay, this got buffed alongside Reckless Power, right? Because this got buffed again, Reckless Power becomes worse again. But yeah, that's a huge buff, right? I mean, this doesn't stack with DK from Ravenous Earth, but the thing is, like all those builds that were using points into Ravenous Earth just for damage reduction, right? So what you use on a Necromancer usually for damage reduction was like 1 point here and then 12 points here, right? This is how you played like for damage reduction, or like as many as you could get here actually, because every point gives you another 1%. But say this is like 13 points, right? And Omen is just 10 points, but it's 25% for 10 points. So this is like 25% reduced all damage now. What? Then you never ever use this unless you play an RE build anyway. Right, if you play an RE build, you won't like use this over this just for like the 5% more damage reduction. But all other Necromancers that used DK for damage reduction only will just use Omen now instead, right? Looks usable now. I was actually using it on my Reaper. I'm gonna show you that as well after I'll show you some other things here. So yeah, this is Ignaffar now. The cone looks... I don't know. I guess it's bigger. I don't really see how much bigger it is. But... And also we have, what is this now? 58% main hand damage. Like, what the hell? Alright, let's see a dummy kill time here. So start at 20, right? I'm all of energy. Okay. That's like 22 seconds kill time though. On a Mage Slayer build, which was like a meme before. Still an effective 10k DPS. Oh no. And it's definitely better now. That's Ravager. I wanna try a Paladin, but not sure where to start. I don't know. What would you like to play with first? Like, would you like to play?
Well met.
Yo, Ignaffar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Would you try? Like, would you like to level Oathkeeper, or would you like to level as a Inquisitor? Yeah, illusions. Yeah, I know Xema. Where's no Reaper? Reaper. Inquisitor. You vote for Dreeg. You do 850. Yo, welcome. Oh yeah, also DM Katon was asking, does anyone know where to go to find the seals for the new roguelike quest? Oh, I haven't checked them out yet. I was just reading patch notes until like right now. Oh yeah, let me show you the new illusions here. Have you been to the Northern Lands? Receive illusion, Great Wolf. Great Wolf's helm. Great Wolf chest guard. Interesting. I didn't think we would get something like that in Grim Dawn ever, but yeah, there we go. Great Wolf everything, I guess. Great Wolf leg guards. Great Wolf boots. It's pretty good. And then we go with like a Winter King sword, right? It's the Reaper we want. And then we can also use the... there's one more illusion that we can use here. Is it in Covenant's axe? You want an axe? Yeah, you can also do an axe, that's true. Invisible metal. We can make our metal disappear here as well, because this kinda looks bad, right? Let's make the metal disappear, I guess. An axe? That's not really an axe, right? This is an axe. Or this. Did you call them RIP? I mean, I used to call my hardcore characters RIP before the latest expansion. Like all of my like RIP something characters, they are from like before Forgotten Gods. Also use this one, Champion of Light. It looks pretty nice, right? The guillotine is like probably the best one actually. A bird? No. Imperial War Axe. I think I like the executioner thingy, like the guillotine more. Or the War Axe. Doing a hard reset and no idea where to play. You can like just play what you feel like playing, right? Like with all the changes to faction items and what else, like green and white items, blue items, blue light buffs. Also Oleron's Wrath, for example, right? Oleron's Wrath is a rare suffix that got changed, and this one now gives you fighting form, +2 to fighting form. All these rare effects. Oh, okay. So what we do now is we probably check out Grim Tools. And why am I selling it? I mean, not Grim Tools. I'm gonna check out my stash and like load all the things into the game, right? Like some MIs, some Cabra stuff, for example. So we got clerics, for example. Did that get changed? Wait, they didn't change everything, right? Am I going to show the new roguelike? Yeah, we can do the new roguelike really soon. Why do these gauntlets have CD-ROMs on them? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Dark One, like Dark One Vitality Caster is really good still. Like Dark One apparently didn't get nerfed. Like I thought Dark One would get nerfed actually, but it didn't. So yeah, Dark One is a really solid starter. Really, still, it's really good actually. And if you, yeah, I mean Dark One is just go for Dark One. Unless you want to play like a Death Knight, but Dark One is definitely solid. Yeah, I think we covered everything here, right? I don't know if I actually want to like check out all the FXs. Probably not. We will just see. Like, I think I'm gonna wait for Grim Tools update for that. Like, I'm gonna do another like. I'm gonna check out all the changes to items that are not listed here in Grim Tools once like Grim Tools is updated. And I wanted to check Omen things, values, right? Yeah, it's actually 25% across the board. Oh shit. Omen is really broken. You're Dargon, how are you, man? I've seen you. Trolling as always. Yeah, so I mean, actually, I think that's only fair because Necromancer was kind of a weak mastery right now compared to others. It has 3.8 cooldown. It's not that good. It has 5 seconds duration though. It's basically 100% uptime. Right? You activate this once. It's like, and it spreads as well. It's like bloody pox, dude. That's, yeah. You have 100% uptime. It's really good. This really helps out Reapers actually. This helps out Reapers a lot. I mean, Soren had like a the Dread Ice thingy, reducing enemy damage by 15%. So before we had like 15% reduction to all damage and 25 to physical, but now we just have 25 to everything across the board, right? Okay, so who should we use for the new dungeon?